Creek Marina, Malta has been our base since January, and we've really enjoyed our time here. We'd also flown back to the UK for 3 weeks to see friends and family. We'd only been back a few days, and it was action stations as we prepared to leave. First, we had a birthday to celebrate.
Happy birthday to you.
I took her to her, well, and mine, idea of heaven, the arts and craft shop. Meanwhile, Hugh was in a small cupboard, reattaching our anchor windlass. Remember that near hurricane we encountered back in September, where our anchor windlass broke? We'd taken it back to the UK, as we'd tracked down the same guy who built it. And for one reason and another, and another, and another, we'd only just managed to reunite it with the boat. We were cutting it fine, but at least we had it.
Hello, welcome to my hold. I'm in a small space fixing some hydraulics. Right, everything's plumbed in and rewired. I've still got a tiny bit of tidying up to do with the junction box, and there's a tiny bit of cable pinning to do. Before I do that, I'm going to run it up and test it. Bow thruster appears to still work. Can't tell the bow's moving. And I put it on the right direction for once. That's good. Right, down to the locker, let's have a look. Nothing leaking yet. I'm going to put a rag underneath, a clean rag, shortly. There we go, one of Darcy's old dresses. We'll stick that underneath, and then if that gets a little bit oily, we'll know. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. I hope you're all as excited as I am. Let's give it a go. Look at that, flying. I heard something click. What have I done wrong? There could just be bubbles in the system. Hear the thingamajig engaging. Hey! I hope you're all as excited as I am. He's got this relief valve thing he's put in, and it's bi-directional. Before, we had a situation where it went one direction faster and the other direction slower. I think we're getting a situation now where we can change the speed, faster or slower, but it's going to be the same in both directions. What we could do is put a bi-directional and a flow one and a single directional one next to each other, and that would be how we would control it and get a little bit set up. Basically before, it was a bit too fast coming up and a bit too slow going down. Anyway, keep playing with that. But the good news is, it works.
Next, to stock take and restock the cupboards with all the essentials.
Stash just got delivered. Bean, pickle, pesto.
We got more than we bargained for. No one wants bugs in their pasta. I looked them up and they are flour weevils. Thankfully not cockroaches. And I got a refund.
We're about to go out for our third season on the water. We've got one diesel tank that's completely rebuilt and worked from last year, one that's possibly still got diesel bug, so we just shut that off and ignoring that problem until I get around to it. Might be a couple of years, tune in for season 8. So here we are, getting diesel. In a minute the boat's going to be like this because we're going to have 400 litres, so 400 extra kilograms on one side.
And it's super speedy as well. That was like, it's literally jumped up, you know. There you go, look, you can see it climb. Oh my god, 30%, 37%.
The boat's going over.
Climbing, climbing.
So good having a fuel gauge. It makes life so much easier. So much less stress. Who knew?
This was the cheapest diesel we have found in the Med, €1.21 a litre. But Hugh was going to make sure that we got every last drop. Whilst he messed around with that, I 3D printed a fix for the broken button on our soda stream. It worked!
Oh, you're going to have to settle for 99%, Hugh, it's not bad. Let it go.
I just get a really slow stream coming out of the handle, so we're good cut.
I assume that you're finished. Did I did good?
Yeah. Just give me a sec. Oh,
Just drained the hose one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Do it. Just get rid of the last bit.
Other jobs. empty all the rubbish, and fill the tanks with water. Canopy down, and off. Fenders and lines away. Creek Marina was great, and we could have done with a few more weeks there, but the prices double come May, so despite there being no wind, it was a good reason to go. We would anchor on the north side for the evening. It was pretty rolly and a shock to our system after spending so much time in the safety of the marina, but we are on an adventure, and adventuring is about stepping outside of your comfort zone sometimes. We just need to get used to all of this again. Cool ship. Some green fields. We haven't had that for a while. This is one thing we've noticed about Malta. There were not many green open spaces where we were. It was a bit too choppy to stay at the anchorage we'd been recommended, so we moved round the corner to San Nicolò Bay on Comino Island. The windlass worked, which was a relief.
First time on anchor for quite a few months. It's nice to be out again. What do you think?
As beautiful as it was, we weren't planning on staying here long, so the kids had to make the most of an early morning dip.
You can always launch it. Cold?
Yep. Our swimming ladder was still set to marina mode, so Hugh was going to pull Eric out, but Eric ended up pulling Hugh in.
I need to improve the step situation.
I love our new drone. Eric says that this season is going to look epic. Trying to get the drone back on board is always tense.
Oh, you don't want to film that.
What?
Because that's not official. I haven't set it up
It's not
properly yet.
official. That's, ladies and gentlemen, it's not official.
Pre-season temporary bridal set up because the old bridal needs rebuilding. I can't find the clip for it, so I've got a basic clip on there at the minute.
Goodbye, Malta.
Yep. Mama, how long is this passage going to be?
10 hours.
10 hours indeed. We were heading to southern Italy, a place called Cretoni, to get hauled out for regular maintenance, a bottom scrub, and a more permanent fix to the leak that we had patched up last season. We would do the passage in 2 legs. 10 hours to Sicily, anchor overnight, and then another 35-hour passage to Cretoni. We knew that we would have to motor today, but the wind was forecast to be with us for the big one tomorrow. This passage was pretty uneventful. We changed the courtesy flag as we'd left Maltese waters and entered Italian ones. I was put in charge of knots.
Is that the wrong way round? Yeah, that's the right way round.
Is it?
Yeah, and then you go up through the hole.
Up through the hole, round the back of the tree, and down the hole.
Yeah,
No,
that's a bowling.
it's not working.
Oh,
Hold this.
Hugh had to take over.
Go on, Darcy, well done.
yum, yum, yum.
Well done, everyone. Everyone smile.
Italy. Yum, 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 yum.
I was then made to sit and tie bowlines for the next half hour. We arrived in Porto Paolo.
Very lightly reversed.
Yep.
Very lightly for a second.
Finished a long day of motoring. Ears are actually not too bad because I had earplugs in all day. We're going to hear for 12 hours and then we're going to do a 34 hour passage to Cretoni. Cretoni! I think that's how you say it. And yeah, well, it's good. I've got a voiceover to do now and got to watch the final of the BBC chess programme, which my son and I have been enjoying. Off at sunrise. We were hoping for some wind, but no luck so far. We did some 3D printing. Hugh is making a clamp to make a new shade for the solar arch. Hugh's made this.
Made this. Fits.
Is that it? Is that test over?
Test done. It even says.
Oh, nice. Cute. I like that. And then a huge reminder of why we put ourselves through this.
Dolphin?
Yeah, dolphins.
Like, oh.
They swam away from us. Where are they now?
Oh, I've got one. I've got a great shot.
Oh!
Drone up.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
one.
the drone's there. Daddy's got them on the drone. I feel the pull before the tide. There is no way to tame her now. I hope we see her gentler side. The land is disappearing. She can be angry, she can be wild. She is old and she's deep and crowned by the stars. There is no more scent of a plough nor grass. The sails are wings and she a path. Dolphins come a-shepherding, guiding those who have left the shore. Their lives are blue and centering, chasing tides forevermore. She can be angry, she can be wild. She is old and she's deep and crowned by the stars. There is no more scent of a plough nor grass. The sails are wings and she a path. When I return, I'll bear the mark. Her quiet wrath hath tempted me. If I should sink into the dark, then I'll be in good company. She can be angry, she can be wild. She is old and she's deep and crowned by the stars. There is no more scent of a plough nor grass. The sails are wings and she a path. you see that there in the map? That's where we are. So if you look over there behind that ship, you can see a very faint outline, because it's cloudy today, of Mount Etna. Very cool. Best view in the house. We can see something in the water over there. It looks like a rubber ring, possibly with a person in it. You can see why we decided to investigate. The outline does look rather like a person in a rubber ring. Fortunately, it wasn't a person, although what was it? We surmised it was either a science experiment, rubbish of some kind, or contraband ready for collection. And then some wind kicked in. It was behind us, so we needed to put a preventer on to stop the boom swinging violently across if the wind shifted and we accidentally jibed. Hugh trusted me to tie the bowline, and I nailed it. Yes! This allowed us to let the mainsail right out to catch the wind. Listen to that. Beautiful silence. We are sailing. We're only doing 3.5 knots, but after having the engine on for so long, this is so nice. Got my new pink squid lure. This is called a paravane. When it goes into the water, tell you you've caught a fish. These are a bit rusty, but Hugh reckons they'll be all right. So I'm going to let it out and see what happens. I caught some kind of tuna last season, and I was hoping for more of the same this year. Attach this. This was what Jan gave us, Jan and Sinya. Some bungee. Bells, a little bit rusty, but I'm sure they'll still work. Because the wind was behind us, to fly a head sail, we'd need to pole it out. Esperance is Esperance, a big, solid boat that looks after us, but everything requires at least 2 people to handle her, and a lot of faff. Etna was getting clearer and clearer.
I think it was under Mount Etna, which said that Zeus buried this giant monster thing called Typhon when he was attacking, and I think the gods literally ran away. It was so bad, so terrible.
Where is it?
And then Zeus eventually managed to defeat it and buried it under Mount Etna, it said.
Wow. And then it started smoking. And then the wind died and we were back to motoring. A night shift happened, no footage. I did the 12 AM to 4 AM shift, watching Ted Lasso to stay awake. Nothing to report. Next day and more motoring. So we did some maintenance. We're going to be replacing the topping lift, so we wanted to add a chafing strip to prolong its life. Cretoni ahoy! So the faff of getting the sail down commenced. Fenders and lines attached. We had arrived.